Got love and respect like a pioneer. Man, chill out. Let's start fresh. Keep it cool, don't make a mess. Be nice, you guys.
Get along, cat likes a bond that's strong.
Let's laugh, talk and keep it light. Go to
Cat, 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 do it right. Starting off with a little music. Cha-ba-cha.
I love when we're all on track. No fighting, don't throw it back. Feel the good vibes, that's a fact. Got the heart to lift the pack. Come on now, let's all unite for a friendship. Let's ignite. Be nice, you guys. Let's all unite for the friendship. Let's ignite.
Be nice, you guys, get along. Cat likes a bond that's strong.
Let's laugh,
Respect to that. Go cat, 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 do it right.
let's stand tall. Enjoy the good times, that's the call. Together, we're having a ball. Love each other, that's the goal.
Be nice, you guys, get along. Cat likes a bomb that's strong.
Let's laugh, talk and keep it light.
For a cat, 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 do it right. Do it right. Cha-ba-cha! Welcome in to the Catcast. Here as always is your host, Cat Kinnison, to bring you another podcast. I don't know how to comment on that one right now. I brought us in with music to keep it nice and light and remind us about debate and being civil and calm and logical with our debate. And that is going to be the topic for today's Catcast. As you see, we had Kitty over there trying to get in. We played a little handsy with her through the door. Hopefully she won't be knocking that all day, because that gets annoying after a little bit of time there. But it looks like she's gone back to paying attention to whatever's going on outside. She probably was startled by the music, wondering what's going on in there. Finding out. That's nothing. It's just my owner, I should say my caretaker, in there making a fool of himself like always. Anyways, maybe she'll come in here and she's going to try to take the curtain out with her. That's her new game. She's like, take the curtain out through the door as far as I can. I don't know why she's into that, but that's what she's into. Anyways, we need to get to our podcast right off the bat. We have so much to talk about today. Very active. Couldn't wait to get back, as it's very early in the day for my podcast, as most of you will see when it drops today. And I had gotten up pretty good, and I decided to go to my Callahan's and get my customary meal. Went with chicken noodle soup today and some chopped steak there. Have some leftover chopped steak for later, and to have some iced tea to keep the throat nice and wet for the podcast here, so it sounds nice and clean. Anyways, I'm going to try to keep the tone nice and good so you guys can hear me. I don't go too soft, don't go too loud, and I'm not going to get too worked up. That is my plan anyways. We will see how it goes. Anyways, today's podcast is about yesterday's, of course, with the Minnesota issue. And my brother commented. And I tend to stay away from his feed because I just don't want to cause issues. But he did decide to comment on mine. And so we're going to go over that comment and like we normally do our analysis of it, the way we like to do things here on the Catcast. So we'll get right to that, because like I said, we're going to be limited on our time, because you know how I go off on stuff. So we got the tablet here to do this today. So my brother says, this was about my podcast about I.C.E., the shooting. I did the one with the TV, so you can actually see the shooting. and it's the one ICE shooting in Minnesota, live delayed video interaction commentary by Kat, topical to the end. So my brother's response here: horrific take. Your lack of humanity is stunning. All right, we'll respond to that first. I'm not ensuring where my lack of humanity is. I'm very sad that she has lost her life, but she interdicted herself into that situation all day long. It was not just one-time incident here. She was trying to obstruct them from what they were doing. She doesn't have anything to do with what's going on. Like, there's not one of her relatives or anything. She's just trying to impede them from doing their job. So if she wasn't doing any of those actions, she would not have gotten shot. All right? Now, my wonder is, why don't you care about the person that was about to get run over? How is that not humanity, caring about that person? We'll go into your topic more, statement more. Maybe we'll get more. I mean, I've read it already, so I think I just want to read it and then diagnose afterwards, because if I pre-diagnose, it'll look like I'm not commenting off of what he said. So, ICE has been terrorizing communities all year. How are they terrorizing communities? By going in to take out illegal people. How is that terrorizing? You're terrorizing them when they're doing their job. That's what those people are doing. They are the terrorists, brother. Let's continue. They killed a citizen while they clearly were not under threat as she was driving away. It looks like she was driving right at the person. Okay? The acceleration was big time, and you don't know in that instant. I love this Monday morning quarterbacking, saying she was driving away. You don't know. She could have been driving away, but because of the ice and stuff, she could have also rode him right over. You're making a judgment that she was trying to flee. Well, she had been obstructing them all day. So why at the point of arrest is she now going to take off? Understand? If she did not try to leave at that point, she would have been placed under arrest and still be alive. Correct, brother? I'm taking it statement by statement here. Like I said, if you surrender, this does not happen. She tried to flee after being a nuisance all day long. Then when they're finally going to get in trouble, they want to leave. Okay? Why was she even there? She has a 6-year-old. Why wasn't she tending to her 6-year-old? Why is she driving around harassing them? See, you ignore everything about her and just want to pick on the person that was doing their job, where she's not doing a job. She did not need to be there. Does this make sense to my brother? I don't know. I hope it's making sense to other people. Let's continue. They did not have to shoot at all. Furthermore, they stopped the doctor from trying to help her. I don't know what you're talking about there. I've never heard that before in my life. But I don't know. I know that when George Floyd got messed up, there was somebody that wanted to do something, and they also wouldn't let them proceed because some sort of liability. I don't know. Do you know? Maybe you have to wait for the actual paramedics to show up. I don't know. But you're the first person that I've heard that they stopped a doctor from helping her. Like I said, what's the doctor going to do? Gunshot. There's not a whole lot you can do if it's not in a limb. It's not like you can, tie it off or what. I don't know what the doctor was going to do, but you're the first person brought that up. And that's the first point that I'm interested in your comments so far. Brother, that's a good one. Just calling you brother because I don't want to refer to you by name. You really need to rethink your moral values and what your faith demands of you. We are a nation of immigrants, most of whom came undocumented. You have family that are under threat from ICE. What happened? Sorry, I clicked off. You have family that are under threat from ICE just because of their ethnicity. It's a lot to pack right there. My moral values are that people wait in line like they're supposed to, and that they don't come in out of order. Like, Steve, my family is not undocumented, dual citizenship. I mean, if anybody's skipping over the border, I'm not aware of it, and I don't think that you're comparing the same thing. Okay? If you come legally, I have no issue with you. Nobody does. It's the ones that came illegally. All right? It's those ones. I don't seem to understand. It has nothing to do with ethnicity either. That would say everyone that came in illegally is of one ethnicity, and we know that not to be true. So it's just people that came in illegally. Now, because a lot of them came from the southern climate, they happen to be of a darker skin. That's just a factor in it. It's not the reason. You know, we don't really care the skin color. I don't. It's that they jumped the line. Now, me and my brother used to go to amusement parks all the time and wait in big, long lines to go on rides that I didn't even want to go on. And imagine if you just, all the people like these illegals, they just cut in front of us, and we'd have to just sit in the line all day, never ride a ride. Everyone just cuts in front of us. Also, imagine the other people that have waited in line to and paid thousands of dollars to become citizens, take the citizenship test, pass it, and they see all these other people not doing those things. And it's a slap in the face to them. All right? Now, they're not terrorizing a community. They're getting out the illegals that Biden let in. If Biden did not let all these in, was Trump doing this first term? No. He wasn't doing this first term, but Biden let in millions upon millions. And there's already millions of them here. So we're finally going to deal with it now. And you don't like it for one reason alone. T.D.S. And the way you are so driven by a party and not by what's good for a country. Now, you're a very smart man. You make a lot of money. You have a beautiful family and a beautiful life. And I don't have a family, you know. I mean, you're kind of my family. I don't know if you still consider me family or not, but I consider, you know, your niece and your nephew and your wife part of my family. I don't care that they're from another country. It's never bothered me one bit. I care about how they act and how they treat people, and they have never been but respectful and nice to me, and I appreciate them, your wife, your kids, your father-in-law, your mother-in-law, God rest her soul. They were all as close a part of my family as my regular family. I do not look at skin color at all as an issue. I'm happy that they're part of my family. I love the diversity. I love the way my nephew has long hair, kind of like I used to. You know, I love that they look like a combination of you and your wife. All right, you have beautiful kids. They're beautiful. Nobody cares about skin color, except for you guys bringing it up all the time. We care that they were illegal, that they skipped the line, even if they are from another country of white people. I don't want them skipping in line. I don't know how much more plainly I can put this. It has nothing to do with race. I want you to stop that argument, brother. You got to stop that. My morals are to help who can be helped, but we can't help the entire world. All right? People have to come in, and we can't have it be a total welfare state where you got 51% of the Somali community on food stamps in Minnesota and only 7% of American citizens on food stamps there. That's not right. Why are we helping the Somalian people more than our own citizen? I don't care about race. I care about their actual citizenry. Now, I'm fine with helping them, the Somalis too, but not before our own citizens. And I know there's more than 7% probably that need food stamps, but it's being taken by a lot of other people that maybe shouldn't be here. You know, if you hate our country, go back to Somalia then, because it seems like they just complain about it here. And I really think it's more about political power than about anything. Okay? The reason they didn't mess with the fraud is because it would hurt that voting bloc who all vote together with a clan. Okay, I heard about this. I'm getting smarter and smarter. There are different clans, okay? And if you can get a clan, that can help you out. But the clans don't like each other. So they'll vote for one candidate, and they hear that you're voting for the other clan. Well, we're going for this other candidate then. Okay? It doesn't matter what they believe. It's, It's just, that was the tablet falling. It's just mass party vote, okay? And it's turning out that the fraud benefits the Democrats, and that's why they don't want. And this whole thing now, they want to talk about this because this will distract from their fraud. You know what? This ICE shooting. But I'm sorry, my brother, you don't get to decide when someone feels a threat. You're not in their position. You're not in front of that car. Did you see the bullet? Did you see the hole going through the front window, not the side? Did you see him actually? He did get hit. He did get hit by the car. Okay? So, like I said, you don't know what's going to happen. You can get ran over in a second and die. Okay? If you get ran over by a car, it can kill you. All right? It's going to probably severely maim you and maybe have you disabled for the rest of your life if you do survive. Talk about the amount of pain you'll be in if it crushes your ribs or anything. Extremely dangerous to get ran over by a car. And everybody wants to say, oh, well, they didn't have to do it. She didn't have to be there. Everybody keeps skipping over that. He is doing his job. The person that had to shoot. He is doing his job. This person was not just one-time incident. They've been doing it all day long. You don't want to put that into account? Fine, don't. But I take it into account. This person had plenty of time to leave and stop their chaos. But you guys now believe that civil disobedience causing this kind of chaos is in your favor. So that's why you're doing it. And you probably wanted this person to get shot to see, look, they killed somebody. Just like January 6th. You guys want to set people up for it. You're trying to get a narrative. You're trying to force a narrative. So you have to set people up to get your narrative because it won't happen on its own. If you would tell these people to stop engaging with ICE, my brother, tell them to obey the laws, and when people are doing their job, you stay out of it. If you want to do a protest, you go get a permit from the city, you get them to designate an area and a time, and you do your protest. But you don't get to just go around and protest wherever you feel like it. That's not how protests work. That's how mobs work. That's a flash mob, basically. You guys are using flash mobs now to attack ICE and doing their job. Now defend it. Defend the flash mob. What if I send a flash mob to your job? And you have to deal with that. And the police never come and help them because they don't want to have anything to do with it. So instead of having some crowd control, they're not protecting the ICE or the people that are engaging in this so-called protest, which I would call anarchy. Like I said, when you got vehicles just driving all over the place, running at people, that's anarchy. This person did not need to be doing what they were doing. I really want you to comment on that and not anything else, brother. You know? If you're going to comment, you got to answer my questions. Okay? Because this is not going to just be another incident of, oh man, this person did not have to be there. Why do they have the right to antagonize ICE? Because they don't like the law. Isn't it the job of them to go to their lawmakers and say, I want the law changed? But they know they can't change the law because we're not going to be okay with just letting all these citizens in. They already had your comprehensive immigration bill, which was let them have 5,000 people a day come across, which you have no idea. How are you going to even determine 5,000, They're coming all over the place. 5,000 people a day, which is how much a month, which is how much a year. You just wanted to codify letting in everybody in the world. You will destroy our system. You won't be, when I went to the hospital, remember when I went to the hospital, I had to wait all day, 8 a.m. till 8 at night to get in to the freaking, out of the emergency room. That's a long time just be sitting there. Dad sat with me. That's another thing. Dad would not like us arguing like this. We kind of agreed to not talk about this stuff, It's like we're not going to agree, so why do we talk about it? You did it before the election, hurt my feelings a lot, and some of our relatives, I think, got you to lay off of me because you stopped. But then here again, when I'm expressing myself, you have to go and attack my character and my morals and my values instead of answering the questions that I actually have. I seriously don't like being insulted by my brother that knows me for all our lives. I'm not a racist. I just want law and order. And if the Democrats would have said from the beginning, do not do this kind of behavior. Stop getting in their way. We don't agree with what they're doing, but don't get in their way. You look little. You're making us look bad. Then maybe this incident would not have happened. You ever think about that? Because all I'm hearing now is Waltz and the mayor get more boisterous and not calming their rhetoric down. And I see more and more federal people have to come in, law enforcement people, lines of them, to keep order because these people have caused uproar over nothing. Because this is how they feel they can win in the midterms. All-out war against the other side, no matter how bad you look. And the funny thing is, you don't think you look bad, you think we look bad. You're attacking my character, accusing me, saying I got a horrific take on what took place. I know I don't want somebody doing what that person was doing if I'm just trying to do my job. And then I don't want somebody judging me if it's my life on the line. If I've been dragged down the street before and they've never been dragged, why are you even making a comment like they didn't need to? How do you know? How do you know? You know how ice and snow is? At the last second, it could have caught and went straight, You don't know how ice is very unpredictable. That's why that they got stuck. Do you even know that their vehicle was stuck and they were trying to get it out of being stuck, the vehicle in front? And that's why, again, she was coming in. She was the lead of this protest thing, She didn't need to be there. This is not how you do things. She's basically acting, and I'm going to compare it again, to people in the South when they tried to block the blacks from coming in. She's doing the same thing. She's obstructing them from doing their job. They're not out, though, to get people just because they're a different skin color. It's people that are illegal. You're the one just saying that the illegals are of a different skin color. Now, that just happens to be the majority because of the logistics of South America. That's just logic. I don't know why you don't understand science. My brother is supposed to be so smart. He makes a lot of money. Do you know that your skin is based on 20,000 years of sun exposure in that location? Or now it's by intermarriage it changes. But I mean, come on now. I don't care about where somebody is born on the planet or what genes they have to determine their skin color. I don't care. They don't have a choice in it. I would never pick on somebody for something they don't have a choice in. You don't have a choice in your race or in your sex. You're born what you're born. All right? My opinion. Don't attack me for it. Just my opinion. You might be able to change your appearance of your sex, but it doesn't change whether you can have a baby or make a baby or contribute to a baby. All right? Just doesn't. Now, I didn't do this to start a big argument, but I did it to set myself straight and to make my points, and I stayed very calm, probably because I started with that song. I'm not out here to fight. I'm a peacemaker. I'm out to connect people and make my points without hurting somebody. I like my character, and that's how I judge other people, by their character and being a bigger person. And I think that means something. I think you should stand behind what you say, and you should be able to back it up with logic and reasoned arguments. And that's what I've done today. Now, anybody that listens or watches my podcast, please make your comments known. Share your thoughts about this podcast. Whether you're pro or against what I've had to say, make your statements here. Please. It's a place of dialogue and of respect. So I want you to be respectful in your comments and keep it about policy and not about attacking people's characters. All right? If you don't like what we're doing, what is your solution to how we get out illegals? I mean, we already have the volunteer exit system where you can get money. We pay for everything for you to go, and we give you like $1,000 stipend, and you get back to your home country. Do you not like that, brother? I mean, a lot of people have taken it up, but what do we do with the people that don't take that up? How do we get them out? That is the question. You can't just come back with, well, we don't, because, yeah, we do. We have to get them out because they're bleeding our system of money, and they cause accidents, and there's all kinds of criminals and bad people out there that can accost people that don't have lots of money to build a big gate around their house. That's why we need our community safe, so that everyone is protected. Thank goodness we have the Second Amendment, so that we can have a gun to protect ourselves. Because the administration before let the floodgates in on us, and that's why we're having to do what we had to do. Again, if you want to get mad, you should get mad about the previous administration just letting in everybody, and that's why we're having to do what we're having to do now. Because I bring it up again, Trump didn't do it first term, did he? ICE was not a big thing first term, but it is now. So, and it's the fault of that administration. But nobody wants to talk about that. They said, oh, he can't do anything to seal the border. He needs a congressional appearance. Well, Trump sealed it. It's sealed. This has been a great podcast. Thank you for coming. I appreciate you. The CatCast is always here for logical political debate like Spock would have, without feelings and emotion, but with logic and reasoning. All right? Cha-cha-cha. Bye now.